Coast to Coast Pick 5. $1 minimum. Player-friendly 15% takeout. Coast to Coast Pick 5. Weekends beginning January 7th.
Welcome in. It's time to handicap the Coast to Coast Pick 5 on Sunday. Brian Nadeau from Gulfstream Park joins me. Jeremy Plonk from First Bet. We'll have Jeff Siegel for the California races in just a moment. Let's take a look at the lineup of races we've got for you in the Coast to Coast Pick 5 on Sunday. It'll start at Gulfstream Park with an allowance race for 3-year-olds. 4:19 Eastern, the first posted in race number 9. Continuing at Gulfstream Park with the Turf Mile allowance in the 10th. To Santa Anita's 4th for an optional claiming turf sprint. Back to Gulfstream for race number 11, a maiden special weight turf route. And we'll wrap up with maiden claiming turf sprinters in race number 6 at Santa Anita. All right, Brian Nadeau, Gulfstream Park. You've got 3 of the 5 legs. Let's get folks off with a winner. We've got allowance company 3-year-olds in race number 9. And this time of year, you start to think Triple Crown hopefuls, but there are no big barns in this race.
Yeah, it's a tricky race. I think we're predominantly going to see sprinters here. We're already seeing a few horses cut back, and I wonder if maybe these are the one-turn horses, and to see maybe the swale down the path here at Gulfstream Park. A lot of speed in this race, JP, and I went with my man Ira, who really couldn't see out the mile last time while facing winners, but Jose D'Angelo cuts him back. The debut win was solid. I was looking for a horse, or horses, I should say, with a hint of a rating gear here. You get it from my man Ira. You get it down inside from Bank Frenzy. You will need to work out a trip. Lisa Lewis, a sharp horsewoman, brings this one in from Tampa. What was his main track debut last time, looked pretty good winning. And then Dangerous Ride. He's dangerous because you don't really know what you're going to get. He's been a little bit off form. He's been facing Stakes Company of late. He's well drawn to the outside. He can stalk and close too. I'm kind of thinking this race falls apart. Diamond Cool was my best bet last time. He was awesome. I just don't really see him, JP, running on the lead and seeing it out, especially at 7 furlongs.
Leg B goes right back at Gulfstream Park in race number 10. It's an optional claimer going a mile on the grass. Who do you like in this one?
Well, I had a good note on Lady Day last time, and I felt all things considered with a compromised trip and running style. She ran pretty well. It was her comeback. She kind of got back on the beam, too. I mean, Chad Brown had her for his first start 2 starts ago, and she didn't run at all. Well, now maybe he's got her figured out a little bit. I think she can move forward. Certainly Fast as Flight is the horse to beat. She was a real steam horse last time, and she ran well. She just couldn't finish it up. She hits hard right back. I was okay just kind of drawing the line at those 2.
All right, 2 deep in race number 10. To the 11th we go on the grass. Maiden Specials going a mile on the 16th. And this one, who do you like in a big field?
Well, you said it. It's a big field. I'm fortunate in the sense that I really like Mrs. Astor, who had a brutal trip last time. I don't know how the chart didn't pick it up. Go back and watch that race. It was a nightmare trip. She still ran on at the end. Now she gets Jose Ortiz. This post is not problematic at a mile and a 16. And it's a race where a lot of the betting public, JP, they might go 5-6 deep in here. I'm going to make a leverage play on Mrs. Astor. I just want clear run. And then to me, all bets are off, and she's heck to pay in here off that trip last time.
Some historic stables, Calumet, Flaxman, Augustin Stable with your top pick in there. Some Regal Silks we'll see in race number 11. We'll get Jeff Siegel to come along next and tell us about the California races on the Sunday Coast to Coast Pick 5. Players with First Bet and Express Bet, be sure to opt into the promotion so you can take advantage of that $10 free bet on the Coast to Coast Pick 5. Time to talk West Coast, a pair of races on Sunday for Jeff Siegel to handicap races 4 and 6. Starter optional claimer in race number 4. Jeff, where'd you land? The obvious spot?
Yeah, this is a single for me. Number 7, Grazed My Heart. She's actually a stakes winner and stakes placed, eligible to the starter optional claiming race because she was claimed for $50,000. She's worth a lot more than that. Recently won the Cal Cup Oaks. Before that, a very good second in the a race called the Soviet Problem. Numbers-wise, she's a stick out. She's backing up from a 2-turn race. That's not going to matter. She'll sit back and then make a run going 6 furlongs, I should say. Hector Barrios knows her well. She's also a first-time Lasix. All kinds of positive, except for the price. I don't think she'll be much price, but she does look like a logical single to me. That's number 7, Grazed My Heart in the 4th race at Santa Anita.
Take advantage of a short price and a multi-race wager like this. Let's go to race number 6 now. It's the final leg of the Coast to Coast Pick 5. Maiden Claiming Turf Sprinters. Where'd you land?
This is a spread race. I'm going to give you 3 that you should use. If you want to use more, be my guest. It's that kind of wide open grass grab bag. Number 3, Green Bow is trying claimers for the first time. That's a powerful angle. Maiden maiden special weight to maiden claiming. First time blinkers. Freshened since November. Training well. Route to sprint play. I mean, he's got everything going for him for Richard Mandela. He's a 5-year-old, so it's legitimately this is where he belongs at 5 on a maiden claimer. I think he can win. El Potente is a horse from Dan Blacker's barn. This is a horse trying grass for just a second time. He's got speed. I think he'll fit with these. And then Chicago Soldier, he may be dangerous from off the pace. He's coming out of a sprint in November. He can sit back and make a run first time gelding. That's a good angle as well. Throw in Chicago Soldier. So those are the 3 I'm going to use. Maybe throw in a few more if you like.
Let's take a look at the picks from Brian and Jeff and review their selections over the course of the Coast to Coast Pick 5. And want to remind you, those final 3 races from Gulfstream, 9, 10, and 11 from Brian, are also part of a mandatory Pick 6 payout on Sunday. So Rainbow 6 must go on Sunday. Brian's got you halfway home with those picks. Be sure to check the official websites at Santa Anita and Gulfstream Park for final scratches and changes. Good luck in the Coast to Coast Pick